Benton Valley.
Hiya, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do something so good. I'm going to change the oil on this. Now this is a 330d, which means it's a diesel, so obviously the oil is going to be diesel oil coloured. And I'm going to try, and it's probably a complete waste of time, I'm actually going to give it a good proper flush and see if I can get the oil so it's not black. So let's see if that actually works. But first thing I need to do before dropping the oil or anything like that is start the shitter up to get it warm, because it's freezing cold, not been driven for days. Yeah. Of course, this is a diesel powered automobile. Just pop the bonnet. So even though I've got new thermostats fitted and what have you, it still takes a while to warm up. We're now about 10 minutes in and it's still not warm. I've turned the heater off and everything inside. We're only about 3/4 of the way there. But the observant amongst you might have seen that this car is quite low to the floor, and I've got to go underneath it to get to the sump plug, and I am way too fat to fit under there. So before I jack it up, I'm going to use the environment around me, adapt and overcome to my advantage. And you can see there is a curb, which as if by magic I'm now parked on. I've also got a jack which isn't lifting the car up yet, but I will lift it up a little bit just to give me a little bit more room. But at least, even if it falls off the jack, or if the jacking point on that side is like it was on that side and it collapses, it won't actually crush me, it'll just squash me a little bit. So now, oh yeah, as well, if you are going to jack the car up on one side to get to the oil drain, you're better off jacking it up on that side, because the oil drain comes out of this side, so you want it to be the lowest point. Especially since I'm trying to clean the oil best I can. That'd make sense, wouldn't it? So as you can see, temperature has risen. You can do something with the dash on this. I can't remember exactly how to do it, but you can do something where you get the actual temperature reading up. And that does point to the middle earlier than it gets up to full temperature, probably about 70 degrees or something. But it's been pointing to the middle for a while, so it should be hot enough, and I've fondled the bottom of the sump to make sure that's hot as well, and it is. So I'm going to drain the oil that's in it out of the engine. Which is under there. And because this is a 6-cylinder engine, it means that it's quite far back. So it means it's also quite awkward. Yeah, so it's quite awkward to reach, but obviously it's even more awkward if the ratchet is the wrong way. Obviously we need to place this in the catchment area for the oil. And I've got another one because these take quite a lot of oil, so it might overflow. And that is just above finger tight, which is just fucking mint. There we go. We've got it, we're going somewhere now. Oh, now it's tight again. Fucking hell. Yes. Twat. I'll attempt not to drop the sump plug into the oil, but I probably will drop the sump plug into the oil. It's tight all the way out. There we go. Hang on a minute, hang on a minute. Yes. And as you can see, that is lovely and clean, brand new diesel oil. And this is the shit that's come out. Now this is only about 8,000 miles old, but anybody who's worked on diesels and changed oil on diesels will know that that is what immediately happens to new diesel oil when you put it in a diesel engine, is it goes that colour. So I need to get rid of that shit. I've got another one of them draining because the car holds more oil than that. So I'll get rid of that one, and then we'll move on to the next phase of this exciting process. So that is the second drum of that coming out. because I didn't want to overfill the first one, and obviously I didn't want to spill any at all because I'm careful like that. So when that's finished draining, the next thing I'm going to do is I've got some of this, which you don't really see people using anymore. Probably a reason for it, I probably shouldn't use it. But I've got a gallon of flushing oil that's going to go in next into there. And now that has pretty much stopped, so I'm going to put this back in nice and carefully. Try not to drop it. I haven't put a new copper washer on it yet because it'll get a new one. It's getting taken out again in a minute. I mean, it doesn't even need to be properly tightened up. But, obviously, being very careful the way that I am, I will just nip it up just to make sure that it doesn't come out while I'm running it on the flushing oil. Huh? That'll do. Right, so now flushing oil needs to go in. Which, as you can see, is try not to flush the outside of the engine, is that colour when it goes in. So that's a gallon of flushing oil now in. Now a gallon isn't going to be enough to be up to level on here, but I have measured in, it is just on the bottom of the dipstick. Now obviously if you're going to do this, I wouldn't recommend that you run your car with oil less than the minimum level, but it is just going to be ticking over, and I will keep an eye on the oil light. A gallon should be enough to let the engine tick over for about 15 minutes or so. And there are the directions for said oil flush. 20 to 30 minutes ticking over, it says, so see how we get on. That's not blown up yet. And now I've got to wait another half an hour or so. But due to the power of editing, all you'll have to do is wait the duration of this Manchester rooftop flush off. And now the flushing oil can come out. And as you saw, I only put a gallon in, so I shouldn't need to change the catching drum. Let's see what colour this is when it comes out, because you've seen it go in like 5 minutes ago on the screen, if that, and it was clean new oil. This sump plug's a bit of a pain in the cock actually, it goes tight and then loose. So let's make it worse by changing the oil multiple times and wearing the threads out further and further. Yes. Yes. And now that is just about finished. So I put this back in again, and as you noticed, I'm not changing the washer again, which all become very clear in a second. Let's just nip that up to specified torque settings of required amounts. Yes, the ratchet's going in the oil, look at that, look at that. Yes. That you do that to stop your ratchet from rusting. Yes. And as you can see, it's exactly the same colour as the first lot of oil that come out, so it must mean that it's working. And as I said, I've not changed the sump washer yet, and I've not changed the filter yet, because the oil I'm putting in is this stuff. It's Castrol Edge, and I've got some more there, and one that's nearly full there, and that should be enough. But in there now, I've flushed the old oil out with flushing oil, which means there's residue of flushing oil in, which is probably worse than the old oil. So I'm going to flush the flushing oil out with some other oil. So I need to put a bit more oil in it. See, this is an oil flush video, as I said. So I'm going to put some of that in there somewhere without spilling it all over the outside of the engine, possibly. And then I'm going to run it again for a couple of minutes. Not for long, because it's going dark. So I just put some of that into there. Yes. That's just rust protection going on there. And there's about 4 litres in here, so that'll be enough to run it. And I've got a feeling that the oil level sensor, if it's got one, either it doesn't have one, or it appears that it's not working. because I would expect it to be on now, because I've only put about 4 litres of oil in it. But I'm all letting it tick over. I mean, I'm not saying that you should do this. In fact, I'm probably saying you probably shouldn't do this. But obviously, I'm stupid enough to do this. So I'll leave that running for another 5 minutes, drop that out, and then we can put the proper oil in so that the car is proper sick and well fast. Right, fuck it, that'll do. It's been about 5 minutes. So now I need to drain. I'm not going to show the process again, but I'll show what oil comes out. And that is nearly finished draining, but now it's time to do the oil filter, which, as you see, is here. It's a 32mm. Oh, that's tighter than I was expecting. There we go. 32mm, which needs undoing in an anti-clockwise direction. And when you put it back in, it's meant to be torqued up to 25 Newton meters. So, if you want to do that, let's take that shitter out and put it in that shitter. And as you can see from the core of the oil in there, the oil flush is working perfectly. Just rinse that through a little bit with some oil. This is what was in it previously, by the way, Petronas. Just rinse that through and it'll end up in the sump and doing nothing at all. Right, and in the meantime, that's finishing to drain. We'll do the filter, which is a genuine BMW filter, only the best, which comes with, well, it comes with a washer, right, and it comes with an O-ring. So we'll change the O-ring. Let's put the O-ring off here, which there is like a little bit usually to get to it. There will do. Get that shitter off there. Better not damage it, because I'll probably have to put it back on when I damage the new one. So keep that nice and safe with there. Then the new one, wants placing over nice and lovingly, without trying to twist it too much if you can. Yes. As I say, just twisting it like fuck. It's alright, it'll settle itself down. Spares me excuse. Right, so the O-ring's on and the filter, same deal. Now sometimes you get these O-rings as well, but with this one I haven't got them O-rings. And obviously I've given that a quick wipe down before placing the new filter. Yes. Then we use a bit of the old oil around this O-ring to stop it from snagging as you put it in. No, that's all it needs. Right, let's put that shitter in. It goes in the same place as where it came out, amazingly. And obviously, as it says on the top of it, we are going to torque it up to 25 Newton meters, precisely. Which is about that much. Yes. And obviously, not forgetting, new copper dick washer. And it's about 12mm, I think that is, but I'm not going to measure it, but I think it's 12mm. If you don't get one with your oil filter, you're a cheapskate. So now that has pretty much stopped coming out. It's been draining for about 10 minutes while I've been fucking about the oil filter. I don't think any more is going to come out of it. So we put our new copper washer and then our sump plug, and then torque it up to a predetermined specified torque setting. Of about that much, which appears to be pretty much exactly the same colour again, but actually if you look a bit more carefully, I should have done this at the start really, but if you put your finger in it, not very good with black gloves. Actually this might be better. If you put something like that in it, it's actually not that bad, so it is cleaner than it was. Success. And now all that's left to do is put the new oil in. Yes. And there's 5 litres in, minus the couple of litres or so that I spilt everywhere, but there's about 5 litres in it, which should be enough to start it and tap half the oil level. And obviously I don't need it jacked up anymore. I want the car as level as possible to do this process as accurately as possible. Just let it circulate. Which it now appears to have done. And as I'm waiting for the oil to drain back into the sump to check the level, obviously it's going to need some in it because I don't put like 5 litres in it, it takes like 7 or something. I brought the jack round here so I can level the car up to an acceptable level to get the oil level within levels of manufacturer tolerances. Now we are going to need to put some more oil in it, so I'll take that off to preempt that. And it's probably not even going to be showing on here, but let's have a look anyway. Either that or it's just too clean to show up. That's a possibility. Oh, it's right at the... Hey, it's pretty clean that actually, look at it. Right at the bottom, so it needs a couple of litres in it, I reckon. Yes. I'd say as you can see, but the oil is so clean that you can't actually see where it is on the dipstick. But it is at the top line, which is the perfect amount of oil. So that, I would say, has actually been quite successful. So now all there is left to do is to put the oil cap back on, do a bit of edge and bay detailing, obviously. And reset that. But that'll be in another video. So that's all for this one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell me what I've done wrong, usual shit. And check out my Instagram, obviously. Smash that like, just hit it really, really hard. And I'll see you next time. I just add on the end, before I get whinged at about my environmental aspects of this video, I am cleaning up the Exxon Valdez part of it. It was unfortunate. But now it's clean, nearly.